News and Views with NajmaKhota this morning. Welcome back to the program, and we're very happy to welcome our next guest, who is the chairman of African Migration, Hafiz Idrees. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to the program.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
There's a statement made here that African people living in South Africa are being discriminated against by South African political leaders and law enforcement. Can you explain to us why are you saying this?
Okay, we have a big problem in South Africa at the moment with our migrants that are also living in South Africa. They are not safe. They feel being harassed by our law enforcement agencies. They harassed them and they took some bribes out of it, of which our government is trying to fight to stop corruption. But it's not going to happen. They are still promoting crime. They're still promoting corruption within the community as well as the country. So we are facing a tough time for this, and we know that we got our migrants that are also here in South Africa. Mm-hmm. According to the survey that was conducted by South African Human Rights, they have already discovered that more than 15 million South Africans, they are undocumented.
But
the problem is, South African citizens, undocumented.
Mm-hmm.
And when they did that survey, they've seen only 3,500,000 people from outside the country. They are only coming to South Africa. They are also going. That is including the white, colored, Indian, blacks. Only 3.5 million. But they are blaming these African migrants to say that these people are taking our jobs, they are taking our wives, they are taking this and that. It's because of this performance of this government. They are failing to deliver the proper services to the people. Now they're trying to make scapegoats to our African people who are innocent people. They are running away from their countries because they've got certain type of problems. Mm-hmm. They want to survive. They just come here to work and they send some stuff at home. They don't steal from anybody. For someone who can steal, if it's from outside, then they have to take him to be arrested. But the government doesn't do that. They're just taking everybody who is from outside the country, of which is unfair with our new democracy. Where is Ubuntu? That was introduced by our late president, Nelson Mandela. We don't have it now. People they are suffering now, these people from Africa. Of course, these African people, they also helped ANC the time of apartheid. When there was apartheid here, most of the ANC cadres, they used to stay in their countries, also in exile, running for being killed in South Africa. But today, South Africa, they call themselves, they got democracy, and now they are calling them scapegoats. They are trying to harass these foreigners. And you can see everywhere. Like now, they are still busy in Lenasia. I hear that they're doing the operation. This operation is only specialized to arrest the foreign nationals. But this is not an operation to decrease crime. They are just after foreign nationals because they are taking money out of them. They take the bribes. This is the problem of our country, South Africa.
I was about to ask, on what basis are they on this operation to arrest foreigners?
Yeah, they say it's Operation Shanyela when they talk on the radio. They are too sharp. But it's not about Operation Shanyela. Operation Shanyela. It's about fighting the migrants from other countries. It doesn't mean these people, they don't want documents. They need to apply documents. But Home Affairs, they are taking so long to do it. I've been taking people to go and apply for those asylum, for those work permits, but this thing is a long process. Even at the moment, the backlog of papers at Home Affairs. You can go to any Home Affairs, you see there's a big queue. You want to get fast assistance, you need to wake up as early as 4 o'clock to go to the Home Affairs. So which means the problem is who? It's not the people. The problem is the government. The government, they must sort out their problems. And then after they sort out the problems, they must deliver to the community.
Have you seen this getting progressively worse over the last, 30 years now almost? But would you say has it gotten worse because we've got more and more people seeking, residential status in South Africa from other countries? Have you seen this get, the numbers are growing, but in terms of what you're addressing, do you think it's getting worse?
Yeah, actually, it's good for the Western people to say that because this is about politics. I'm talking about the politics now.
Right.
Most of these Western people, they want these countries. So while they want these countries, they have to make a hatred among each and every black African who is living in South Africa. That's why now they are attacking those foreigners. They need them to go out of the country. After they go to there out of the country, then they come back to South Africa and because they know that they can't run away now. They can't go to exile to another country. That's why they are trying to make this hatred. And these politicians, they are not clever enough. These people like Dudula operation, they are not clever enough. They are not educated, those guys, because they're trying to harass other Africans. But that is not good, actually. Where are they going to run away if there's a war in South Africa? If they do such things, they can't go to Zimbabwe. They can't go to Malawi. They can't go to Nigeria because they will say these people, they were also harassing us. So this is the problem of politicians. Politicians, they don't feel pity for other poor people.
All right. After the break, we find out on the basic needs of foreigners that come into South Africa. That is housing, education, health, all of that, and that's now become an issue with South African citizens. So let's talk about that and what your view is on as the chairman of African migration and how that problem can be curtailed by someone like yourself and members of your community.
When we look on this type of a problem, it's not all South Africans that are xenophobic. The other South Africans, they love us as Africans. But only few rotten potatoes, they don't understand what is Africa, how did South Africa became democratic at this time. But for those people who knows they were in exile, they will understand what is all about Africa. So I feel pity for those people who doesn't understand what's happening, why they're hating those foreign nationals or whatever names they call them. But I feel pity for them.
Right, let's go for a quick break. And I just want to quickly read out a response. Here it says, why skip all countries and come to South Africa for asylum? And we'll talk about that after this break. We'll talk about that after this break.
Okay.
Rejuvenating media day by day. This is Salam Media.
Millions displaced, thousands dead, thousands more wounded. Through the genocide, the men, women and children of Palestine need you. Your support enables our team on the ground to deliver life-saving aid. Help Gaza today. Donate to Penny Appeal South Africa. www.pennyappeal.org.za 031 1100 573. Penny Appeal. Small change, big difference.
Discover the Africa of your dreams and surround yourself with her spectacular beauty. Relax beneath her serene sunsets and explore wildlife at its natural best. It's where the pride of Africa comes together. The Kwantu Private Game Reserve. Get to know the Big Five or cruise on an elephant safari game drive. Interact with lion and tiger cubs and enjoy world-class halal cuisine while we pamper you during your 5-star stay. Indulge in the true African experience. For reservations, call now on 042-203-1400 or visit kwantu.co.za. The Kwantu Private Game Reserve, the place of gathering.
The people of Palestine need your support now. Africa Muslims Agency is on the ground, already providing food, medication, and emergency supplies in Gaza. Donate any amount to Heal Palestine at africamuslimsagency.co.za. Africa Muslims Agency, empowering, educating, inspiring.
For a long time, we've lived in a centralized world where institutions held the all-important data and confirmed all transactions. Those times are over. Welcome to Libertas Group, a blockchain development company boasting an ecosystem that continually redefines the way we do business. Our blockchain is decentralized, making it immune to hacking or alteration, putting the power back in your hands with no middleman so you can focus on the growth of your business. Libertas, the simplest investment choice you'll make.
Listen to something fresh. Listen to Salam Media.
We're speaking to Hafiz Idrees Nungo, who is the chairman of African Migration, and we're talking about what he feels is a discrimination against foreigners or immigrants in our country by politicians as well as the law enforcement. Before the break, we were, talking about how has the infrastructure in South Africa been able to provide the necessary, needs of these people that have come to South Africa to seek asylum. And we see that there isn't any type of maintenance as such, and we're seeing a lot of the informal settlements springing up. I'm not saying South Africans are not occupying those informal settlements. However, we find that there's an influx of this, and this is how it's affected the infrastructure around the municipalities. I know that this might be a contentious statement to be making, but we need an answer, Hafiz Idrees. What is your view on this?
My view is that a lot of these people, when they come to South Africa, they are very poor people. They come with problems in their countries politically. So they decide to go to South Africa. It's not only South Africa where they come to stay, even other countries. When you go to Malawi, also you find a lot of Burundis. They also got refugee status. You go to Zambia, you find Somalians. So you find Pakistanians. Everybody is moving wherever he feels like it's a good place where you can live and stay peacefully. But the only problem is South Africa, because most of my black South Africans, they don't have education. They didn't learn the history of Africa. So I think that's where the problem started, because they don't know what are their obligations to treat another African person. And then why people, they go to those squatter camps is because, like I said, they got no money to pay rent. They got no, sometimes they don't have a proper job. So they just decide to say, let me just live in a certain place where I can manage to save my money and try to sort out the problems at home. This is why you see most of them, they go to the squatter settlements.
Mm-hmm. And how have you tried to assist them with this, if it is at all possible? Because we find that then that's where perhaps the discrimination comes in, because now they need access to health facilities, they need access to education, and this is then causing an overcrowdiness, if you like, or of these facilities.
Okay, presently we are struggling to get some other people come aboard to assist us with such things like that, because we got some other people stays from Eastern Cape, they come from Northern Cape, Mafeking, they need to come and apply like documents at Pretoria. And it will take, it will cost them like 600, 500 to come from Mafeking to come to Pretoria. So I'm facing that type of a problem. When they come to Pretoria, they don't get service. They have to send back again to say to come another day, which is going to cost the person a lot of money. So which is unfair. So you cannot say people, they don't want to documents, but the government, they have to improve their services and assist our African brothers to have those documents.
All right. And lastly, which migrant community do you represent?
I represent all Africans. That's why it calls African migration. All those people need that assistance. They can contact me on +27 74 926 4680, or they can email me, small letters, idreesnungu@gmail.com.
And what sort of assistance do you offer them?
We offer them assistance to give them help to get them documents, because there are a lot of lawyers. When you go to court, they will ask for money, and you pay that lawyer. They know this person is coming from outside the country. They can rob him. So once they rob him, then we go there and assist. You say, hey, my brother, give this person his money back. Because there are a lot of lawyers also there on the court. When you see them, I'm always going every day to court. I'm always going every day to all the prisons to meet all these brothers and sisters to see if they are living a proper way or not a proper way. Like presently, they are full of them in the prison now. Government must do something. They must just deport them back home. Because according to Immigration Chapter 34, when you arrest a person, you must stay 48 hours in the prison and in the cell. And then after that, he must go to court. After court, they must deport him back out of the country. But I don't know why they're keeping them in the prison. This is another problem that we are facing in the country, which means those things are not well planned. They're just making our African brothers worse, like the same time when it was time of apartheid. It's just the same. There's no difference the way how they're treating our African people.
That is very, very, disheartening to hear. And I'm very happy that you're trying to give back the community their dignity as human beings.
That's right. Because it says, according to the Bill of Rights, it doesn't say only if you are a South African citizen, you have more rights than a foreigner. It doesn't say that. Bill of Rights says everybody got rights. Either you are South African or you are a foreigner. You still have the right as long as you are staying in South Africa. This is what other people, they don't understand. They come to abuse that democracy. They come to abuse the rights of other people.
Thank you very much, Hafiz Idrees, for your time this morning and for enlightening us on this very, very interesting topic. And of course, you've made us more aware of the problem. My technician has made note of your contact details. So if anyone needs your assistance, we will direct them via your details. Thank you so much.
Jazakallah khair.
Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Wa alaikum salam.
Right, we now, just after this break, we catch up with the Lila Foundation.